shit took it to 10.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore, Sal Estrina. Gentlemen, I'm excited.
I'm more than excited.
This is like a glorious time of year because not only do we have football, we have playoff baseball, we have NBA tipping off.
For sports.
Four sports at the same time.
And we're not far away from college basketball either.
We aren't. That's a horny time.
That is very horny.
I love college basketball.
It gets cold, it gets darker earlier. And
Yeah, I was going to say,
And
honestly,
we have college football.
you have everything you could ever
or
want.
college basketball just rocking us.
regular
to sleep.
season, besides late regular season NBA, when maybe there's a playoff race happening,
Yeah.
regular season college basketball, way more tolerable than regular season.
And you think too,
NBA.
so the NBA, the playoff race.
in the gameplay, you know what I mean?
The playoff race at the end is always someone vying for that last seed. So it's always especially in the East when it's a sub 500 team now playing for the
people
10
don't really
seed.
care in that sense.
Yeah, now they're playing for the 10 seed with this the new playoff format. It's this kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm. At least when there's an upset too, in the NBA, it doesn't matter. But college basketball, everyone just loses their mind.
Yeah, it's
someone
amazing.
Someone goes into Kentucky and wins, everyone's just no way, oh my god.
I think college football at the end of the season has that effect, but I just wish the college playoff sort of format was bigger. And
You want to see them go.
A lot of people hate that, but I mean, if it was
A lot
8
of people
games,
hate
I
that,
think it
but
would be
I
more
don't
fun.
hate that.
What do you want to see? What's your ideal?
I don't know. I want to see it expanded. I want
6
to
or
see,
8.
I think 8 is the only way it makes sense. I don't think
I don't think
I do
6
too.
makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, you could give 1 and 2 buys, then 3 plays 6, then 4 plays 5, but
I want everyone to play.
8. I mean, what's the harm of Alabama playing Cincinnati or something?
Oh, I know.
I mean, Alabama should kill them, but at least give Cincinnati the chance to beat them.
What are the arguments against it? I haven't seen
Just more games, so it's they stretch out their season, I guess, would be one of them, but I don't really think that's too big of a deal.
If you're a team that wants to prove something, i.e., I don't know, off the top of my head, in Iowa or I don't know, what's a good example of a team that's up and coming right now that would want to prove something?
Like Penn State or something.
Yeah, so Penn State, if you're a team like that, wouldn't you want that opportunity?
I know.
Yeah.
I definitely think there's been cases where when they're picking the 4 teams to go in, or the 5 and 6, I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, sure, I guess these other teams are better, but on any given day, this 5 or 6 seed at the end of the season could be one of these 3 or 4 seeds, or even a 2 seed at the time. So why not?
Why not? You have the 8 best teams in the world,
I see no reason that it shouldn't happen.
and then it's
also less pressure for them to you got to. It's definitely a factor when they look at these 4, the 4 teams that go in, and they say, here's an SEC team that lost, 2 games this year, but is probably better than this Big 10 champion or this Big 12 champion, but we're not going to include them because they lost those 2 games, and we would be doing 3 teams from the same conference. This puts less pressure on them for something like that too, if it was a bigger playoff.
We kind of have a somewhat similar scenario going on right now. Ohio State lost to Oregon, and then Oregon lost to Stanford, so they each have 1 loss. But if they both go through the season, win their respective divisions, Ohio State's going to get in over Oregon. And that's not how it Oregon beat them head-to-head. That's not how it should work, but that's how it's going to work. So it's just a matter of, are you one of the big, Ohio State, Alabama, whoever, and Georgia, all the big programs, they just get the precedent over everyone else.
And then you look at the schools wouldn't care.
No,
Season
absolutely not.
More games just means more money. For
Yeah.
them. They're all for that. So
I don't know.
I don't know why it wouldn't work, but all right. Long ref. Let's go to, where do we want to start?
Baseball?
Want to start baseball?
I know Antonio's excited for that.
A lot happens in between podcasts because we do it once a week, and a lot of games happen in that week.
So
Yeah,
the
Giants and Dodgers, that ended since our last one.
Very competitive series, great series.
We
Just
were really high on the Giants.
anything you could ask for. We were very high on the Giants. The Dodgers, I mean, surprisingly in this Brave series, I don't know what happened, but
It's gone down 3-1.
They are down 3-1, and they are currently playing right now.
I mean, they're going to the World Series and championship series every single year. At some point, are they going to hit their wall? Maybe this is it.
4-2 Dodgers.
It is 4-2 Dodgers. Still, it is the Braves, and they blew it last year. But yeah, going back. Before,
I mean,
before we hit this series, I mean, the way the Giants and Dodgers one ended. No, it's not even close.
You can't even say anything. The games ride on these umpires making the correct call.
I saw something very interesting during on Twitter today, and I mean, it would never happen, but it was like, players, if they suck, they get sent down to the minors. What about umps?
Yeah.
Well, we also saw this, and
it was, however, nothing is guaranteed. Scherzer was on the mound, and it was a 2-1 game.
No, I get that, but at the same time, it's like you don't even give them a chance.
I know.
You don't give them a chance. Do you know how you fight 162 games, you win the division, you get the game 5 at home, you get the last ups, you're on to your last strike, and the umpire makes a egregious call. Like, it's got to be the worst thing in sports. And it's like, how is that not reviewable, or how come someone can't fix that? Like, what we have replay for a reason.
It is a shame, and I hate to be that guy too, but it's such a shame that we didn't get to see those two teams play in a 7-game series, because that was such a good 5-game series. Those close 2-1 games were insane. They were so suspenseful, and the crowds in both stadiums were just.
Yeah. It was so fitting that they split at both stadiums
too.
It just had to be like that.
Yeah.
I really want to get your take on this Brave series, though. Like, what is going wrong with the Dodgers? And
they're obviously beat up. They had just had another injury yesterday. Justin Turner is going to be out for the rest of the series. That's huge. He had a great year. He was an all-star again this year. The Braves got a lot of momentum right now, and they've had a lot of momentum for months. They got great pitching, and they play really good defense. Eddie Rosario is out of his mind.
Yeah, he is.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Are they the team of destiny now?
The Braves?
Yeah.
I hope.
They kind of feel like it.
Because
I feel like it changed. I think we said the Giants were the team.
Well, at one point we said the Red Sox.
Yeah, well, because
the Red Sox still could be. But.
They could be, but I mean, with the American League is, besides the Rays who are out right now, the really good teams in the American League are all so inconsistent between the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Astros. On any given day, they could score 10 runs, and the next day, their offense looks like the Mets. You know what I mean? They can't do anything.
It's been very lopsided too, in the sense of like, anytime the Red Sox are really hot, the Astros do nothing, and then anytime the Red Sox or the Astros are hot, the Red Sox do nothing.
I mean,
this is such a weird series so far.
We were talking about the umpires, like Game 4, whoever, something Diaz, I think his name was, that strike 3 call that should have been called.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just. It happens.
That was really bad.
It happens in all these series, dude. It's like the umpires really just have been terrible all playoffs, and there's nothing that they can do about it. It's like either just be good or just keep making terrible calls.
What about like the strike calls? I feel like could be fixed. It's like
well, they should just go to a robot ump. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like we know immediately from watching the game that if it's a strike or a ball. It's like. We know exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if a ump can't see
literally,
it on the field...
Literally, it would just be a big screen, and it would tell the umpire, strike or ball. It's not him calling.
Yeah, all he has to do is look to his left, and it could be on a giant screen. Strike,
yeah,
ball.
like, there could still be an umpire there.
Yeah.
Like, just for balls and strikes, do the robot.
Because when people say that, they're like, oh, well, you're going to take the home plate umpire away. It's like, no, we don't have to do it. We don't have to be that radical about it. The ump, it takes a lot off of him, though. No?
I agree. Why we have the technology for it? Why not use it? Like, what's the harm in using it? Honestly,
I think it would make certainly balls and strikes more consistent, especially with how good these pitchers are now. It's just making it more and more difficult for the home plate umpire to see the strike or the ball.
Does Boston have a chance down 3-2?
I think they do.
I think if they win Game 6,
Astros are winning in 7.
The Game 7.
You think the Red Sox win Game 6 and then lose Game 7? I don't think that happens. I think they win. If they win it, they're either going out and the Red Sox are either going out in 6.
I'm not confident in what I'm saying. I have a hard time picking a winner in this one, but like this has been just such a weird series, and the weirdest thing to happen would be for the Red Sox to win Game 6 and then,
I'm with you on that.
I think
The Red Sox win Game 6. They're
course
winning
you are.
Game 7.
Yeah. I don't think they win Game 6 just to come back in Game 7 and lose it.
I think a lot of people really want it, and a lot of people don't want it. The
know-
MLB certainly wants it. I don't think we get the Astros-Dodgers series. I think the Braves are going to do it.
Astros
listen.
Braves does not. I mean, it's two really
It's
good
weird,
teams,
right?
Yeah,
but it's
I don't
just
think
not.
that
It doesn't have the pizzazz. It's gotta be Houston, LA, or it's gotta be Red Sox and Atlanta or LA.
That would be a good series, Red Sox and Atlanta.
I would like
Look
that.
at that and be like, all right.
It's a good matchup.
They're kind
Well,
of
what
like-
happens when Houston just wins it and everyone's like they're cheating again and everyone hates baseball after that? Because that is something I don't
I
want.
hate the Astros.
I don't know.
They're so
they rub
good.
everyone the wrong way.
They're so good at pissing everyone off.
They
They're just
play-
so good
But
at
yeah,
it.
but now they want to is the thing.
Yeah, and now that they have this chip on their shoulder because of what everyone gave them all this shit, and like now they're not cheating, so they're gonna be like, oh, we're just gonna win anyway. If they do win anyway, it's just gonna be like, what the fuck?
They're kind of like the Rays in the sense that I look at that lineup and I see good players, but then like they come up and hit and everyone's just way better than their like name actually is. Like Yordan Alvarez, you look at him and you're like,
yeah. Well, he's been great since he came.
oh yeah, no, but you look at him and you're like, yeah, he's a really good hitter, and then he steps up to the plate and just smash
He's a
balls,
ridiculous.
smash balls
hitter.
out of the park like it's his 9 to 5 every at bat. Like it's just so unreal. Their lineup is so complete 1 through 9. There's no easy outs on it.
I think what we're seeing is the Red Sox bullpen getting exposed a little bit.
Yeah, but Houston's really burnt up their pitchers in the last few days too, which is like somehow
leads
they
me
were
to the
still
fact-
putting out pitchers the other night. And I was like, what?
That leads me to the fact that the Red Sox are going to win Game 6 only because just the Astros have been burning through their supply.
Uvalde in Game 6?
Man, that's a tough one.
I think it is.
Granke might be like,
Greinke's
Greinke is
done.
not
He's bad.
good.
he might be like
what made
done,
me so.
done.
That's what made me so optimistic about the Red Sox winning that game. But as soon as after the 6th inning and it was still 2-0 or 2-1, whatever it was, I was like, the Red Sox are losing this. We've seen it all season. If they're up 3-1 or 2-1 at the end of the game, they are losing.
Yeah,
It
no.
doesn't matter who's pitching. It doesn't matter anything.
They either need a big lead or they have to come from behind.
Exactly. It's either they're gonna extend the lead and go up 10-1, or they're losing the game.
Uvalde is the starter for Game 6 as of right now.
I do like that, but
Game 7, who the hell do you
that's
throw?
what I'm saying. Is it?
I would throw Pivetta, honestly. He's been good all postseason. You throw him for the first 3-4 innings, let him go 1, maybe 2 times through the order, and then you.
Maybe you got a shot to bring like Sale out of the bullpen for an inning or two.
Yeah, I would bring him in for an inning or like a high leverage spot, but I would not like don't try to get like 2
No,
or 3 innings
absolutely
out of him.
Yeah, no. He did. I mean, he did look good though in Game 5.
He did. He got into trouble in the 6th.
Got
But-
out of it.
I think they brought someone. I know they scored a couple in the 6th. I think they might have brought someone in
Yeah,
the 6th.
I could see him
It was
coming in a spot
Brazier.
like that.
They brought Brazier in, and he got absolutely smoked.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not gonna say no surprise there. He's one of those pitchers where it's like he's either coming in and striking out everybody, or he's giving
Yeah,
up like
and
3
you know
hits.
really quick. It's like it's one of those things where he's not gonna get hot if you keep putting him in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things.
So it'd be interesting to see. I mean, going to Houston is not the ideal.
Eduardo Rodriguez in 7.
Could be.
I don't like him though.
I don't mind him if it's like one time through the order. Like same thing with Pivetta. If he can go 3 innings or 4 innings, like it's like
Do you want him on the mound on the road? Because he doesn't have a very good record on the road.
I mean, realistically though, like he's not. He's like I don't know. He's not a Game 7 starter.
Tanner
no,
Hawk.
he's not. They don't. Here's the thing: you guys don't have a game set. Neither
It
does
should
Houston,
be.
though.
It should be Chris Sale. It really should be.
For the
That's
moment,
how you would feel the
yeah.
most comfortable.
It was like 2018
I think I would
with
too.
David Price. It's like
Yeah.
at any moment David Price.
David Price.
But like no, like it's like one of those things where it's like do we want to go to David Price?
I hated that he was on that team and had a good postseason. Like one.
He had a
But then it was
phenomenal
the whole
postseason.
thing.
Because then
The
he was able to be
postseason.
like, "Fuck you, I
Yeah.
am good in the postseason," and that it was so fun to rag on David Price
And
for
this
just
might
being
be an opportunity
shit.
for Chris Sale to do that. I mean, that Game 5 where he had that save, what was it, the 4th inning or whatever, where he's the bases were loaded and he got out of it or whatever it was.
Yeah, fourth inning.
I have never seen Chris Sale that fired up.
Yeah, he was going nuts.
So like, if he could get going in Game 7, he's scary. It doesn't matter like.
It's gonna be
a huge momentum
records
pitcher.
and stats and ERAs out the window at that point.
It's
It
gonna
does
be
not matter.
it's gonna be all hands on deck. I could see any pitcher on the Red Sox roster come out of that bullpen.
That's why I would think Nathan Eovaldi would be perfect for that Game 7 spot.
He would be, but you gotta
he's
throw him
too
tomorrow.
good. He's too good. You have to throw him in Game 6.
He's gotta be money tomorrow. Like he's gotta
And
go.
I think he will be.
He's been money all postseason, so let's hope
he
he,
got
doesn't
into a
have
little
his.
bit of trouble in Game 4 when they brought him out of the bullpen, but I think that was because they brought him out of the bullpen.
Yeah, you might not want to.
He's not that good. He's not good like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough to.
It's
evaluate
definitely
that.
a different feel coming from the bullpen. Like he probably thrives.
Especially when all postseason you've been a starter.
Yep.
It's hard. But I mean, Nathan Eovaldi, man, he is incredible.
Let's go Sox.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, we want to move to football.
Yes.
NFL football.
We have the Cleveland and Broncos game on right now because it is Thursday night.
We suck at picking games.
Yeah,
Well, last week the game sucked
so surprisingly we all went 500 or better last week.
in our picks.
Well,
Yes.
I meant like pick 3. Those are.
I mean,
pick
pick
3 we didn't,
pick 3 was not.
but
not,
I'm
not good
still
by
in
any
the
of
money
us.
and he's still in the money.
Between the three of us, we won 3 games.
I am 500. And
We picked 3
now.
winners, all right.
We did. And Sal guaranteed a 3-0.
I guaranteed a 3-0, and it was one of
You
my.
owe a lot of people money. You said earn your money back.
I haven't gotten one Venmo request yet, so I think I'm in the clear now.
All right. Well,
That
that means everyone called bullshit on you.
that offer was only valid until the next podcast.
Oh, okay. So it's over now.
Now it's over.
We can bet now. FanDuel.
FanDuel and
DraftKings.
DraftKings are both live in Connecticut.
And they have been giving away money.
Bro, some of these promotions are just insane. It's like bet $2 on someone to win, and you win 150.
The first one I saw was the Milwaukee Bucks and Brooklyn Nets game. It was
Nets score
boosted
10
to
points.
even money, so you could double your money if the Nets scored 10 points in the first quarter.
They just hand out money like it's candy.
Then on DraftKings, it's for this game, Broncos and Browns. If you can double your money if either team scores a point in the game. So you're telling me this game's getting 0-0,
They're both like DraftKings and FanDuel's like thanks for the free advertising.
right?
I would've-
And then they have all these.
Oh, is there a maximum that you could put on that?
The DraftKings
Yeah.
one was
Oh, yeah.
25, and I think, but the FanDuel one for the Bucks and Nets one was 100. So you could literally get $200 free dollars.
It's pretty good.
Pretty
I was like, what?
Pretty good.
I was like, is this allowed?
I don't know how. I mean, they definitely made money.
No,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna say,
I
like-
logged into
Well, it's
draft.
just the fact of just getting people on there.
I logged into
Yeah.
DraftKings and I looked at the screen. I was like, "Am I hacking?"
It's such a weird thing, right?
No, it really is. It's
And I'm like, "There's a casino here."
Yeah, they have the casino on there. It's dangerous.
That's not good.
It's dangerous. You
That's
can
the part
sit there and
that
play
scares me.
blackjack from your couch.
just
That's what scares me. yeah.
handheld blackjack.
That's not okay. That shouldn't be allowed.
You'd be taking a poop and playing blackjack.
Literally, can make money while I'm pooping.
The Thursday night game last week was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Jalen Hurts was doing nothing for 3 quarters, and then they literally turned into the best team you've ever seen, like literally ever.
I think it was just so funny that. So I think you kind of were correct when you called it. You said
You listened back to that,
It was
right?
going to be like 28-17, and they're going to get garbage. So I think it was like 28.
I said Jalen Hurts is going to run in for a garbage touchdown
It
or
was
cover the number.
14, and they ran in.
I knew for 100% certainty when they scored that touchdown, they were going for 2. Because every analytics coach is like, oh, if you're down 14 and you score a touchdown, you go for a 2-point conversion there. And then you see them lining up for a 2-point conversion, and it's like, obviously this is going in, and the final score is going to be 6
they
points.
can't score a touchdown for 3 quarters, but they can sit there and get a touchdown
But-
and a 2-point.
But then the Buccaneers don't score a point in the second half, I don't think. It's like, how does that happen?
I think they had a touchdown in the third quarter.
Oh, they might. I think they did have a touchdown
they
in the
didn't
third
score in
quarter.
the fourth quarter. It's like, what the fuck?
I don't even know how that happens. I really
Took their
don't.
foot off the gas.
It's a Thursday night. I guess it
Tom
makes
Brady was
sense.
like, "Wait, I'm 0-10 in prime time against the spread,
Dude.
Let's make it 0-11."
I can't believe it was by 1 point too. That's so
That's
stupid.
just so funny, and just the fact that we said like he was due or whatever. Yeah. Oh, that'll go towards my parlay.
There you go.
Let's go. I need Cortland Sutton to score one now. That would be huge.
A live $900.
Whatever.
You would like that. I don't think anyone
I
would
like.
like that.
I like free money.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Yeah. No, I thought it was hilarious that it was 1 point. I thought it was hilarious that he's 0-11 in prime time against the spread.
It was just the whole game was so ironic.
Or I don't know if I don't think he's 0-11, but he
Yeah,
hasn't covered in the last 11.
Yeah, in his last 11, he's 0-11 against the
Yeah.
spread.
So 0-11 is probably the wrong term, but
So I said this last time. He's due.
he's due.
So the next time,
when's
whenever the next time the Bucks are in prime time, he's due.
does that can't count in the playoffs?
No,
That's just
regular season.
I was gonna say because every playoff game is prime time.
Any other real takeaways from this game? I mean, we know Tampa Bay's good and Philly's kind of middling to below average.
I just think for theatrical reasons they made that game close at the end.
Theatrical reasons is a great way to put it.
So yeah, I don't think there's any major takeaways from that game.
Jacksonville got their first one Sunday morning.
Yeah. Mr. Horny. Horny always wins.
You did say Horny always wins.
How great is that?
It was a terrible game.
That's like words to
Of course
live
it
by.
was. It was a London game.
It's just like why.
Jacksonville was just always winning.
I mean, like you never like I don't know. You never want to wake up and see Jacksonville and Miami.
Exactly. Like it's
But they'll never
make it
send
so
a good
easy
matchup
for-
out there.
It's like they're gifting.
Why just send send me like
Give me the Vikings
and the Colts.
Exactly.
Make it mediocre.
Yeah, like at least give me like two middling
but
teams.
Here's the
two teams
reason.
that can score like a ton of points.
Make
Here's
it
the reason though
like
why.
Yeah,
It's 9:30 a.m. and they have to like they're giving London a football experience, but at the same time they're like we have to save our American viewers because these are the two teams that no one wants to see.
He's
let's
like they're
be
gonna
honest.
wake up and drink
no
their
one's
coffee
gonna-
to a
no one's
shit
getting
game.
up at 9:30 and watching this game. Like let's be real.
Jacksonville is
Every
the team.
dad is going out mowing the lawn.
Jacksonville is the team of London. That's all
They are.
That's all I gotta say.
Did
Who
Urban
cares?
Meyer travel home with the team? did Urban Meyer get back on the plane?
I think so.
Was he at a British pub?
See, a British pub, lad.
He's so horny.
So horny.
So
He walks in, he's like, oi, look at this. That's the lad that was coaching the football game over there. Hey.
So does this does this change anything with how people perceive Urban Meyer now?
No.
Because I mean, he did kind of outcoach Brian Flores in that game, and they need Deshaun Watson right now.
That might
They're
happen.
like the Dolphins are like the Texans of last year.
And I am fucking pissed. Just get him already. Stop teasing us.
Yeah, they're like only putting the tip in right now. Like, just go get them.
Just go get him. What are you waiting for?
They're only going to keep losing games.
Tua is not it.
So are they sending Tua to Houston? They have to, right?
Do something. Get rid of him. He's not it. Deshaun Watson at least is going to give you like another like 5 great years.
Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah, Trevor Lawrence also owns Tua.
Deshaun Watson in Miami would be a very good combo. That team would be dangerous.
Yeah, they'd be a very good team.
You know what I mean? Like they're 1-5 now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
What a fall from grace, right? They have a decent roster. Like they're not like terrible. Are they terrible?
They're not terrible. They're just like a middle.
They're not 1-5.
They're a middle team.
They're not 1-5.
I think. Yeah, I definitely don't think their record is the full story.
They're 2-3. They're 3-3. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I just think that they've been a massive disappointment, and if they want to fix it, they need Deshaun Watson right now. And if they don't get him, they're just going to keep losing games, like you said.
The Rams took a poop on your Giants.
Yeah, I think that was exactly the way we thought
That was
game gonna
honestly.
go.
I mean, that was the first game this year that I could say, "Wow, Daniel Jones looks like shit."
He shouldn't have played.
No,
He shouldn't have played.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
have a
I couldn't
concussion,
believe.
I'm gonna
I
take
couldn't
another
believe he
week.
was able to play.
Huh?
I couldn't believe he was able to play.
I know, same. We saw that hit the week before.
And it's like, why? You're playing the Rams. It's your
He had 3 interceptions.
he's out there with the hit he took last week, and his offensive line with that defensive line going at him. Please.
So do you remember
Aaron Donald was able to do whatever he wanted to do.
Do you remember when the concussion thing first was like a really big thing, and when a player would get a concussion, he'd be out for like a while.
Yeah.
Why is it only a week now? You get a concussion, you're back in a week?
Yeah, when they first got like really serious about the concussion protocol shit, it was almost like annoying, right?
Yeah. And now it's like not a big deal. It's like, he's fine.
He's fine. Fine. Don't
Like,
worry about
did
it.
you see him last Sunday? He was not okay. He was stumbling
drooling,
around
man.
and drooling.
That was so bad. It looked like he lost his brain, dude. He literally got up and could not
It
walk.
was like you could see the Tweety birds
Yeah.
right around his head.
They are. I don't even know. They are not as
They're
good.
shocked.
Dude, they're done this season. They're
They've checked out.
they're fighting for a number 1 pick right now.
So what do they do with that number 1 pick?
Draft a quarterback.
O lineman or a quarterback depends what kind of first round pick you.
I know you don't think Daniel Jones is that bad, but I don't think you're like going.
No, well, I'm not like
You're not like sitting here saying Daniel Jones is
Yeah.
the best.
I think they need to start building.
I definitely
a
think
defense.
it. Defense?
They need to build a lean and mean defense.
I think they have a very good defense, but
But they need to get
you're
it tough.
you're out Blake Martinez right now, and your offense cannot stay on the field. So they're just the defense is out there the whole game. I can't really put too much blame on them this year. There's good.
No, I'm not putting
There's
blame on
improvement.
them.
There's 100% improvement to be had on that side of the ball, and they have the potential. They're a few pieces away from being like a lean, mean defense.
I think that's where you start. I
If they don't have a top 5 first round pick, and you're not looking to get a quarterback, if you spent that first round pick on a linebacker or D lineman, I'm not mad.
You got to do what like Washington has been doing,
Yeah,
or what Washington has done.
it's like
You don't have to. There will be opportunities to get a quarterback like that'll win you some games while you rebuild this team, and then you get the superstar quarterback.
I mean, there's quarterbacks that might be on the move this last season, like Wilson or Rodgers.
It's
Possibly.
like, okay, who realistically is going to be the number 1 quarterback
And it's
coming
like,
out of this draft?
you know what, Daniel Jones, he's definitely a lot better than I think a lot of people expected him to be.
Right? That's what I'm saying. So like, if it's not a QB heavy draft, or it's not going to be, just find like a decent,
There's so many holes the Giants need to
Yeah.
fix.
Jones isn't going to win us the Super Bowl, but at the same time, if he's not on the Giants, on a good amount of teams, he is a starter. He definitely has a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like I said, I think getting a quarterback would just be you're just redoing the cycle at that point.
Can we talk about Jackson Mahomes?
Jackson Mahomes? Why did he got well,
You saw that or no?
didn't he get kind of like
He was standing on like Sean. I don't know if you guys will think this is that bad, but he was standing on like Sean Taylor's like
Oh yeah.
memorial or whatever,
and he was doing a TikTok
and he was
dance?
doing a TikTok dance, and he literally like was like just I don't know. It was like
he got drugged through the mud for that, right?
He
Yeah,
knew it was going to get TikTok views. So
He knew it, but he's smart. He knew that was going to cause controversy.
I am not a fan of his.
No, he's an idiot. He's an attention-seeking like
so that's
brat.
Patrick Mahomes' brother.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't even know. I knew about some like TikTok kid doing a dance.
His brother
Sean
goes to
Taylor.
all these games.
I didn't
and-
know it was his brother, and I didn't
Yeah.
know his brother was a TikTok kid.
Yeah, like really bad. Like
Yeah.
That sucks. Sorry, Patrick.
sorry, Patrick is right.
Like, you got to think, if you're Patrick Mahomes, you're seeing his brother do this, like, bro, stop.
I'm like, you can have, some of my money if you want.
And they did beat the shit out of the Washington football team like we thought they would.
Well,
I took
they
Washington.
the Chiefs played good for about 20 minutes of that game.
That's
Other
all they
than
needed,
that,
though.
that is all they need. But
put
other
up
than
31
that, they
points.
still looked like they have problems.
They literally were getting their ass kicked in the first half. And then
They don't. But that's the thing. They're so good. They don't.
no,
it
I
doesn't
know,
matter.
but then in the second half they came out and they were just like ping,
They
ping,
were like,
ping.
"Grr."
Yeah, like literally every pass. Like
Yeah.
The Chiefs in the third quarter are like the
Warriors in the third quarter. Yeah.
So they could be down 1 million and they're still in. It's like it doesn't matter.
It's gonna be interesting to see where they finish this year because I could see any number of scenarios.
I think
for
they're-
them.
Yeah, because they could
They're
still
just-
beat any team on any given day.
They're just a very careless team, and I think that that's going to hurt them.
They gotta.
So with that defense, I don't think that they're going to. I don't think that they can.
They're
win
a team
the
that's
Super Bowl.
looking to get into a shootout. You know,
And when you're asking for a shootout, when you play a good defensive team in the playoffs,
I know,
like
but
the Bills,
this is still Patrick Mahomes.
or even if you do get to the Super Bowl, if you play the Bucks or the Rams,
Well, that's what I just said. They're not a first round bye team this year, I don't think, but they
we've
could
seen
still.
that the Chargers can beat them.
But still, the Chiefs can beat any team in the NFL on any day.
I think the first round bye team is the team that has the first seed right now.
With the Cardinals,
No, in the
AFC?
AFC, Baltimore.
Baltimore, they've hit their stride.
They might have
They're
hit
very
it.
good.
They might have hit it too early, but at the same time, they are steamrolling teams right now.
Lamar Jackson is dynamic.
I'm
he
not.
is doing
He's
everything that he said people said he couldn't do.
He's shown a lot more this year throwing the ball than I have seen in any year.
It's almost like he's like doing it to like piss or like not piss everybody off, but he's just like, okay, you guys said I can't throw. All
To
right.
touch on some of these passes, like he's throwing to Marquise Brown a lot, and like Marquise Brown is a dumpster, but still like
He's
50,
he's the smallest receiver I've ever seen.
50-yard passes, like just flick of the wrist, dude. Like he is looking, he might look better than he did his MVP season. And I know that sounds crazy, but the numbers he's putting up are pretty comparable. And I think doing it through the air and a little less with his legs is probably more impressive for him.
They got an exciting matchup this weekend.
I was gonna say this is a huge game this weekend because all the teams
We'll
in this
see if
division.
they're for real.
I was gonna say all the teams in this division are 4-2, 4-2, 3-3, 3-3.
Yeah, we were.
It's
talking
kinda
about this,
wide
the
open.
AFC sucks.
It
They're
does.
bad.
But this division is kind of wide open. I'm not counting out the Bengals whatsoever. as
I hate
out of the
that.
division
I hate
winner.
that Pittsburgh's 3-3 because they should be like 0-100.
They should be. But you know what? With how this division's been, if they pull some shit
50.
and win the division, I'm not surprised. They find weird. They have such a talented team. Their O line sucks and their quarterback sucks, but everything else is fine.
How do you only beat the Seahawks with Geno Smith at home by only 3 points? And it was like really
The Seahawks should have won that game.
That's just
Yeah.
what the Steelers do. They play down
I
in
love
the competition
Geno
every
Smith
week.
in that. And then
that's
when
just like
when he threw that pick, I was like, damn.
yeah, it was
was
tough.
like,
It was very tough.
Like who's the last place team in this division?
What
the Steelers.
Yeah,
they should.
they should be.
Ben literally pump fake fumbled. Like, do you remember?
That was
seeing-
bad. That was so bad. Every week he has one of the.
Bro, literally
He's
he
having these
went
like
to
Eli
pump
moments.
fake, went way too far and just dropped the ball. Like, what is that?
I've seen Eli Manning do that.
It's even better when you watch it over and over and you're like, he is so unathletic. How
He
is
just
he
looked
a-
so
how is he a
surprised
quarterback?
too. Like he like pump faked and he was like, oh, like now like he was just like he didn't throw the ball. Like he thought his body was gonna throw the ball and he
He
didn't.
just looks so unathletic. You're like, how is he? He's one of those guys you look at and go, I could do that.
But it's been like this for a couple of years. It's not like this just started happening. Like I would say probably for 3 or 4 years, he's looked close to, if not
you
this
think
bad.
too, like he was in his
last
prime.
year, the end of not last year, but the end of the year before it, I was like, ugh.
I gotta be honest with you. There's no way Mason Rudolph should have a job and Cam Newton should not have a job. No way.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph sucks.
I know Mason Rudolph hasn't played this year, but he's the worst quarterback I've ever seen.
He never passes for over 200 yards whenever he does get to start.
And when he was on the Steelers, they were really good. Like the Steelers roster was really good.
The only thing he'll ever be known for is getting hit in the face by Miles Garrett with a helmet.
It's like, where is he right now? Is he anywhere?
I think he's still with the Steelers.
He is.
he?
Yeah. Somehow. Don't ask me how.
He was just
was
not
that
outstanding. He was good on Oklahoma State.
What do
And
we got here? What do we got here?
It's definitely a first down. Oh.
but
that's a
it
touchdown. Yeah.
It was
Oh, yeah, it was recovered. Yeah, so
covered
it's a
in the end
touchdown.
zone.
They love plays like this on prime time. And they just like
Yeah,
replay
ones
it.
that they can look at forever.
Touchdown. Yeah.
All right. Put this back on the...
Yeah, no,
Back on the tracks.
like Ben. He was in his prime. He's never been athletic, but
Ben's just fat and bad.
in his-
There's nothing more than that.
in his prime. The type of game that was played was exactly what he was good at. It was like stay in the pocket, throw a million yards downfield.
Mm-hmm.
He had Antonio Brown.
Literally.
Like, what the fuck? That's all he needs. You know what I mean?
Johnny Stanton the fourth.
Did they just go for 2?
No, they just scored. They called him down at the 1.
Oh, they did, and they just went for it.
Johnny Stanton the fourth.
What
Interesting.
is that? Is he the fullback? We love a good fullback touchdown.
Is it?
It's a tight end, man.
Oh,
yeah, that
well,
was
it's a tight end and as a fullback, I think.
We love a good fullback touchdown. We do.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Especially like that play.
Spider 2 wide banana.
Where it's the play action, and like he rolls
We're not allowed
out.
to say that anymore.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
What?
John Gruden used to call that play for like the QB camp and stuff. He said it was like his favorite play.
What, that play?
Spider 2 wide
All
banana.
right, Spider 2Y banana.
Oh yeah, he's canceled. We can't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't exist. He's just a figment of our imagination.
He's gonna go off the face of the earth now. We're never gonna hear from him ever again.
He's in Area 51.
For a second, I was like, ooh, could he do Monday Night again or whatever? And I was just like, wait.
No.
I was like, wait. He just got canceled for being racist and homophobic.
How about Roger saying he owned the Browns to some fan?
Oh,
or
I love it.
owned the Bears to some
I
fan?
well, he does.
I do
What-
love it. I like it because I feel like we never see that from Aaron Rodgers. And when he like did that, I was like, yeah. I was
Nolan.
like,
He
okay.
said he blacked
Nolan.
out.
What? What?
Nolan. They're winning the Super Bowl.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
What is different about this team than the teams that went 13-3?
Nothing.
Nothing, but it's just their time.
They're not beating the Cardinals. They're not beating the Rams.
'cause
They're not.
Everyone
beating the
finally hates them.
No, literally everyone
They're
hates
the
them.
Astros.
Bro, he goes on Pat McAfee show and it's just like, fuck all you.
And I hate that. I hate that he does that. He goes to the Pat McAfee show. He's like, aw.
And then literally AJ Hawk and Pat McAfee just rub his pussy. Like literally just rub it.
No,
AJ
like-
Hawk like just always have a cigar in his hand.
Dude, he is so funny. Do you
He is.
watch that?
Yeah, he is.
He literally sits there with like a drink and a cigar and just smokes the cigar the whole show.
I'm convinced he's always smoking a cigar.
I think he is. I think he was born
He
with a
is
cigar in his hand.
Yeah, he is a cigar. But yeah, no, they're not winning the Super Bowl. I don't care, dude.
How
They're
could you be
not.
mad at that if you're a Bears fan, though? Like, he does.
Oh yeah.
He
He's like their worst
beats
nightmare.
the shit out of you every single time.
Every single time.
Walks into your stadium, and none of those games are close, ever.
Didn't we all take the Bears?
Yep.
Fuck.
That's
But fuck the Packers. I don't care. Fuck the Packers.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a harsh reality.
The
Said that, but
Packers
you took the Bears.
Well, I took the Bears
Oh, I
because
don't-
the Packers have been
It's
covering
a divisional
every week.
game. I don't know. What can go either way.
Okay, you can't lose a division
Exactly.
game like that if you're.
And
winning
the Bears
Super
had
Bowl.
looked pretty decent
Was Super Bowl
the past couple weeks.
Tampa Bay lost what? 8 games last year? 7 games last year? Won the Super
They
Bowl.
won 10.
Yeah.
They won 10 to 6.
They have an amazing
6
roster.
games last
Green
year?
Bay is not Tampa Bay.
They were 7-5 at one point.
which is why they're not winning the Super Bowl. The NFC is too good. It's too good. It's too good.
We'll see. Launch season.
They could lose to the Dallas Cowboys in a playoff game right now.
No, they
Yes,
could not.
yes.
They would.
Okay.
Everyone still
Should we
knows,
make
like,
a
yeah,
little bet?
Dallas is really good, but they're not
'Cause they
beating
probably
anyone.
will play in the playoffs.
I bet that Green Bay will get further than Dallas in the playoffs. How about
Okay,
that?
I think they'll probably play each other.
$500.
$500?
Stop it.
No. I'll bet something though. On if Green Bay beats Dallas.
We gotta figure out the business arrangements for that one. Antonio wants to do $500. No.
Why do you want to do $500?
Because Dallas is not getting farther than Green Bay.
Problem is I don't have $500 to give you if I lose, so I'm not gonna bet $500. I'll bet $100.
Figure it out.
Take a loan out?
I'll bet 50.
$50? Oh, we have an agreed upon bet here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dallas will beat them.
So is the handshake for who gets farther or who would win in a
Who gets
hypothetical?
farther, right?
Who gets farther? Okay, we'll do that
All right. I love
because
that.
I think they'll end up playing each other.
They always do when they make the playoffs together, so you're probably right.
Oh, it's going to be in Dallas, and Aaron Rodgers is going to do it again.
Nope. The Packers suck.
All right, next game. I don't even know. Cleveland sucked. Baker was bad. Baker looked kind of hurt. I don't have much to say about that game. Arizona looked.
Well, I mean Baker is hurt.
Yeah, he's got a
clearly.
broken shoulder.
Yeah.
Case Keenum is playing for him right now.
Fractured shoulder.
Which is, I mean,
Kyler
For Cleveland to be up 17-7 right now, like without Baker,
We saw Keenum have that year with the Vikings.
yeah.
Case Keenum sucks. Okay,
I know.
We're not doing this.
Yeah, but
Right now.
They went 13-3 with a great roster one year, and this is a
I wouldn't say he sucks.
great roster.
Okay, so you're telling me he should start over Baker then if they win this game?
He sucked on the Broncos.
I think it's closer than it should be.
What I'm seeing out of Case Keenum in this game is better than anything I've seen from Baker this so far in the first 6 games.
I think it's close. I do.
He just gets the job done without any sort of like.
I've heard that comparison be made before. Baker Mayfield and Case Keenum.
Yeah,
'cause
Baker
they're both
is
tiny.
bad, dude. And it's like he's not. It's not that he's a bad quarterback. I just don't think Cleveland is it for him.
You might be right. Maybe you go somewhere else in his road.
I think he could, but it's just like
The Saints?
It's amazing.
I was gonna say Sean Payton would be like,
Really?
"Yeah."
Let's
That'd
go.
be kind of cool.
Sean Payton would be like, he loves
Sean
that.
Payton
Short,
like, come
yeah,
here."
no, he loves that short quarterback.
He brings him down to New Orleans. He takes him on a walk through the Superdome. He's like, Baker,
Come here.
let me tell you about a friend of mine I had one time.
His name was Drew.
His name was Drew.
He's about your height.
And he could put the ball wherever he wanted.
That'd be a good little duo, I think.
I think he has to have like a coach like that. I think that would be
A
good for
fiery
him.
coach like that?
And one that would keep him in line and like cut
Bruce
through
Arians?
all his bullshit. I don't think Bruce Arians.
Yeah, but Baker doesn't really have a bunch of like off-field bullshit anymore.
Bruce
though.
Arians is not a fiery coach. Bruce Arians is like.
Oh, I think he is.
Did you see
I
the?
do- yeah, I
did you see
do.
the interview he did on the Colin Cowherd show this week?
No.
I was amazed at how much he doesn't do.
What do you mean? Like just day to
He
day?
doesn't do anything.
Like to coach the team?
Yeah, and he admitted he was like, "Yeah, I don't do much." And he's like, and he was talking about he's like, "Oh, you don't want to practice today? Okay."
That's the best coach ever.
Like he literally doesn't do anything. He's like, "Yeah, like Thursday is date night with my wife, so I'm out of there by like 3." Like he's like, "I'm out of there by like 2." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, some of the other guys stay and they're watching film and they call me if they need to ask me questions." And he's always been like that. He said, he's always been, even when he was with Peyton in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but he just gets pissed during the games.
Oh yeah, he does.
When it's game time, he's like, all right, let's fucking go.
His masks are always 4 times too small, bro. Like he's got to get a bigger mask, dude.
him and Andy Reid.
Oh, yeah. NFL
don't.
coaches are like big fat.
Andy Reid, remember?
McCarthy's mask looks so small on him.
Talk about a guy that doesn't do
his
anything.
head's just like a circle.
Oh, McCarthy doesn't. No.
McCarthy doesn't do anything.
Remember the I think it was the first game last year maybe. Andy Reid had like the like surgeon mask on and it kept fogging up
The
and
face
like
shield,
yeah.
it's fogging up.
That was so funny.
They made a meme out of it. Someone put like, he's trying to find this button. It's the defroster button on your car. That was my favorite.
That's great.
Yeah, no, but I was surprised that Bruce Arians literally does probably 20% of work.
Some head coaches are very hands
And he
off
said,
and some are very
remember
hands on.
last week we talked about the Patriots and how Bill Belichick can't really resonate his message anymore because Tom's not there. Bruce Arians said in the interview that he tells Tom what he wants to tell the players because they'll listen to him and not Bruce.
That's crazy.
So that's got to be what's happening.
I'm very disappointed in Bill Belichick this year. Very highly disappointed.
I just think
As am I.
it doesn't work. It doesn't work if Tom's not there to like be the secondary. Like, yeah, we got to do this.
I just can't believe the fall from grace that they've had. They like last year they were good but not great. This year they are just losing
Last year I kind of
heartbreak after heartbreak.
Last year I kind of understood, right? Because they were kind of like piecing it together. Like they didn't have a lot of time. They just shoved Cam Newton in there, and I guess it worked for a little bit there. Didn't really work out in the end, but this year there's really no excuse with this roster that they have. Like they should be able.
Well, they
to
also
do
spent
something.
$100-something million in
They
free
should
agency.
be able to do a little bit more.
And the fact that I lost that pick 3 because of that stupid CeeDee Lamb touchdown was so stupid.
Were they in
Yeah.
pick 3?
No.
They should have been.
You had the Bears, Chiefs, and who else did you
Another
have?
one that didn't cover. It was almost the Patriots.
I don't remember who else you had.
Steelers, maybe?
Yes.
Yes, that was it. Steelers.
All right.
Yeah, well, I'm a fucking idiot. Okay.
All right. Is there any other games you want to cover from
No.
last week?
Yeah, I think we're good to go. Bills.
Titans.
Yeah, Bills Titans would be the only
Derrick
one.
Henry's a monster.
And the amount of overtime. Can you look this up for me right now? Look up
How many
overtime games there have been
Just this whole season?
this whole season, and then how many have been in the past 10 years. I feel like we've had.
Come on, stat guy. Let's go.
I feel like we've had so many overtimes this year. We've probably had 5 or 6, right?
Hold
Oh,
on.
there's been one every game.
Every game.
every week. Every week and this week we had 2. It's what the fuck is happening? It's I feel like every primetime game has been an overtime game.
We have had this season 11 overtime games.
11?
11.
I thought it was 5 or 6.
It's been 11 so far.
You said 5 or 6, and I was like, that's not a big deal. 11? That's crazy.
It's 2 a week, basically. It's more than... No, it is 2 a
That
week.
is crazy.
That is
I was
nuts.
thinking one a week, maybe.
That's like Trayvon Diggs, 7 interceptions in 5 games. Crazy.
He is Defensive Player of the Year, no doubt about it. No doubt about
Guys
it.
lead the league in picks with 6 a year. He's
How
got 7.
How funny is it that he had a pick 6 and the play after that?
He gets
kinda
burned for
blew
a touchdown.
coverage, yeah. On Kendrick Bourne's first catch and only catch of the game, I think.
And then they go into overtime, dude. Oh my god, that was such
And
a
they
stupid
didn't cover.
game. Yeah, how is that possible? They went back and forth. Well, you can't really complain, I guess, because once the pitch 6 happens, they were down 5 or 6. So you're not covering at that point, I guess.
Sandwich looks so good.
You want that so bad. I wish Chick-fil-A was open.
Shut the fuck
All right, let's go to this week. Gotta get the show on the road. So what are we doing about this game? 'Cause
What's
it's
the
on-
49ers and Browns?
No, this shitty Thursday game.
Well, are we just going with who? I like Cleveland before the game, but it's easy to say that now.
Okay, so I'll say what I thought before the game. I like the Broncos only because Cleveland was so banged up
Mhm.
and they've just kind of been shitty the past few weeks,
I mean, I'm not gonna, say I was on Cleveland, but with Case Keenum starting, that's probably where I would have been like, oh, I love the Browns this game. Let's go, Case Keenum.
Yeah, I could see you saying that.
I would have just rationally said that it was a 1-point spread and the Browns were at home on a Thursday night, so I would have just taken the Browns. All right, so there's still plenty of games. It's not like Denver can't come back either, but we shall see. Monday at 1, New England at home off a excruciatingly tough loss to Zach Wilson and the New York Jets. The spread is -7. The over/under is 42.5. Antonio,
They beat the shit out of him again.
-7.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I think the Jets cover that 7.
You slut.
You're pitching against New
Fucking
England.
slut.
I think the Patriots
I don't
win.
think I've ever heard this.
So I looked and 75% of the money was on the Patriots.
I see 80 right now.
I'm sure it was last time too.
So I'm
Probably.
just gonna go with that. I think the Jets cover.
I can't believe you're going against the Patriots.
I just think it's gonna be just that under is gonna get smashed. I just think I don't know. I think the Patriots win. It might be a push, but because it might end at 6.5.
If the
6, so it might be
Is that
7,
film?
and they might end up not covering.
if the Patriots are anywhere close to a playoff team, they should cover the spread and win easily. So I guess I'm gonna take the Patriots. I don't really want to.
I'll take the Jets, but I do think the Patriots win.
They said Felton was going to be the lead back for the Browns this week, and all I've seen is Johnson
Yeah,
pop off big runs.
Dearness Johnson is definitely the
Did
starter.
you see the first drive that Cleveland had?
I know, but
He
like
ripped
going
off,
into the
two,
week, they because
Look at
I
that.
have Nick Chubb and I wanted to pick up one of them, and they said Felton's going to be the lead.
He's 111 total yards.
Did you start Felton?
Yes.
Aw. It's too bad.
All right, carry on.
Carry on Johnson.
So you picked.
He took New
Carry on
England.
Johnson.
He took New England.
You like that?
He takes New England
From
every
Auburn?
week.
Yes, sir.
He takes the Patriots. Every
You do
week.
take the Patriots every week. All right, Kansas City -4.5 at Tennessee. Over under is 57.5 points.
Oh my god.
I will take the Kansas City Chiefs in this game. I hate it.
Do you like that too?
I love it.
You do?
Kansas City.
I like Kansas City in this game.
What is it?
4.5.
Titans are such an inconsistent team, but this is just their defense is so bad.
Their defense, both these teams, this might be an over.
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
not going to.
It is 57.5.
Who's stopping anyone at any point in that game?
Nobody. It's going to be open gate all game.
Their defense gets to handle the Bills and Chiefs 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'll take the Bills.
No go.
Bills in the over.
Chiefs.
Bills in the over. Jesus. Chiefs in the over. That one was bad.
I'll take
That's
the
close.
I'll take the Chiefs as well. I think there's a microscope on the Chiefs right now. They have to perform.
Carolina going into the New York Giants. Giants are 3-point underdogs.
Man, last time these teams played in New York was the Odell Josh Norman game.
What?
Really?
No. That's not what I'm. The spread opened at Giants -3.
Why? Because of how
Bad Carolina has looked, but like the Giants haven't looked any better.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I
Carolina's.
do like the Giants in this spot though. I do.
I mean, when the Panthers,
This team is
normally it's
icky.
you, right? Normally it's you. Me, Vegas is taking all of it. There's so little opportunity for Vegas to take money this weekend, and it's like the games that are really lopsided, they're taking all of it.
when the Panthers
So
make,
so that's why the Jets are covering. Okay.
Go ahead.
when the Panthers make offense,
Were you the teacher right there?
What? I mean, he kind of had his hand up. He just
Sorry.
when the Panthers make offense, they're very good. But they've had a lot of issues doing that the past 3 weeks. And Sam
Because
Darnold,
Christian McCaffrey's out.
because Christian McCaffrey's out, and he makes that team look totally different. And Darnold has been doing, weird, what the fuck are you doing, Darnold shit. So,
because he doesn't have the security blanket of Christian
No.
McCaffrey anymore.
Nolan, I love it. I'm with you.
but I'm
Let's go.
picking the Panthers.
I hate that though.
We're with Vegas all the way, baby.
I'd ride with you on that one, honestly. So this game is the most interesting of the weekend for me, and not like it's just like it can go either way to me.
The Miami game.
Cincinnati
Yeah, I
at
noticed this one.
Baltimore. Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite. Over under is 46.5. Everything is screaming Cincinnati. That's why I want to take Baltimore. As crazy as that sounds.
Is this just like classic, like people don't really want to bet on Baltimore?
I think people are just banging the Cincinnati drum right now, and
Of course they are.
and just like they want it to happen. They want it
That's
to
what they
happen.
should be.
And I do too. But the thing is, I don't want to be wrong about it. I don't want to take Baltimore and then Cincinnati comes out and Jamar Chase is like 80-yard touchdown and Joe Mixon has 100 yards and they end up beating the Ravens by like
They're
10
nasty.
points.
They're so good.
Are they or aren't they? Because I see them
They're
beat bad
nasty.
teams. I see them beat bad teams, and I see them compete with good teams. Like, who have they beaten this year, though? Detroit. Someone else bad. Let me see. Hold on.
Did they almost beat the Packers?
They competed with the Packers. They probably should have won that game, but they
They
didn't.
should have won that game.
They've beaten
had two missed
All right,
field goals.
listen. They've beaten Detroit. They've beaten Jacksonville. They've beaten the Steelers.
But they beat them pretty handily.
They beat the Vikings. Big Ben looked really fat and old in that game.
But I mean, but the bad teams that they've beat handily is what you're supposed to do if you're a good
I
team.
don't know how I feel about this.
That's why the Bills are
game.
such a wagon. They
It's
just
this
lost to
division
Tennessee.
is open, and the Bengals are out for
The
it.
Bills should have beat the shit out of Tennessee. Realistically.
It is in Baltimore, though. It's a Baltimore home game.
So I mean,
Who are you guys taking?
I like Cincinnati.
I like Cincinnati to cover. Unfortunately, I want them to win this game so bad. Unfortunately,
I've
still
been
think the Ravens
riding
win.
Cincinnati. There's two teams I've been riding, and it's Arizona and Cincinnati, and it's worked out for me. So I'm gonna keep doing it.
The thing is, I don't want to be wrong taking Baltimore. I'd rather be
Baltimore's
Listen,
winning,
Baltimore's
Sal,
a
but they're not
sensible pick.
covering.
Baltimore is a sensible pick. What's the spread?
Listen,
6.5.
Sal,
I just think that's too many points for a good team like Cincinnati.
both very
It should-
good.
It should be 3.5.
in the AFC right
How
now,
good do we think Cincinnati is?
Good.
they could make the playoffs.
I agree,
They are
but
making the
do they
playoffs.
go? I don't know.
So they can.
Do they go into Baltimore and keep it under a touchdown?
I think they do.
I think they can.
I think their defense is good enough.
Oh, I think they can, but will they?
Yeah.
All right, I don't make a pick. I'm going to take the Ravens. Just throwing pick.
How good is it listening to this next week and you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna be like, God damn it,
but
dude.
then we're gonna listen
But then
to
you're
like,
not
"Fuck,
gonna
we
pick the
should've taken
Bengals next
Baltimore."
week, too.
Baltimore's a smart pick.
Ugh.
It is. Are they still looking at this?
They love doing that. All right, Atlanta, Miami. You're the Miami guy. What do you think, Tom?
I mean, Atlanta's really bad. Miami's at home. Give me Miami. Just because they're at home.
I told you I'm done with the fucking Falcons. Give me Miami.
I just think I just think
Because he's done with Atlanta, I'm gonna take Atlanta.
I'm never picking Atlanta again.
someone has to take them.
Oh, did you both took Miami? I don't care. I'm just taking him because he said he's off of them.
Well, you wouldn't say he's off of them and then pick them in this game.
No, I know, but I'm.
I just think just for the simple fact, I'm keeping it with simple facts this week because if I look too deep into these games, it's just gonna.
Here's
be
what I'm gonna
a
say about
lost
that
cause.
game. The only reason I took Atlanta was because of what Antonio said. However, I don't see a world where Miami blows Atlanta out, but I can see it.
Is it 2.5?
It's 2.5. It's 2.5 for Atlanta, minus 2.5.
Yeah.
But I can see a world where Atlanta beats Miami by 35 points. This
Yeah, I
weekend.
can.
I'm just gonna take the home dog, and I think Miami tends to play really good at home.
I think this is either a close game that Miami wins or a medium to large blowout for Atlanta.
And I think I've liked the way Gaskins looked.
I just don't have faith in the Dolphins right now. I don't think anyone should. Not with Tua at the
No,
helm.
you shouldn't. But at the same time, this is just one of those games where people are so low on Miami. Just the fact that they're playing the Falcons and they're at home and they're still an underdog. I'm just gonna take Miami.
Oh, this game pisses me off. Washington +8 at Green Bay. Over under is 48.5.
Yeah, no, that's annoying.
At Green Bay.
At Green Bay.
This is an annoying game.
I want to take Washington here.
You do, but they're
I'm
not
testing
very
approach this week though.
they're not very good.
They're
So-
not very good.
Yeah, and they're going into Lambeau. I'm just gonna take the Packers.
Yeah. So I'm with Antonio. I'm keeping it simple this week. Keeping my emotions out of it. It's how much I hate the fucking Packers.
Oh God!
But if the Packers don't cover this spread,
You want to switch?
what?
I'm
making you switch?
You've never taken the Packers in your
I
life.
have. I've taken the Packers.
Not this season. I don't think.
Yeah, I have.
I hope not.
You
Not last week.
You took them against San Francisco. I can tell you that. for
Good,
100%
good, good,
fact.
good. And that covered. Okay, I get. Maybe I'm a little bit safe.
Just because, like you said, like Washington's bad. They got to go into Lambeau.
I don't love it, but I'm taking Washington. I have no.
See, he's
Love
done that
it,
every
Sal.
time. You stay consistent.
Love it.
I just think the Packers win this. And if the Packers are going to be as good as you think they're going to be, they should cover this spread.
I agree, but I'm gonna take Washington.
All right.
Just I don't know. I think maybe Green Bay wins by 3 or 4 or 5
D.
or 6 or 7.
D.
D
4D
4D
or 50 or 60 or
Poten-
70.
potentially. Philly at the however you say his last name, the coach,
For the Raiders.
the Raiders. I think you're allowed to say him like that.
The
again.
Raiders.
Oh.
The Raiders.
I mean, they covered and won.
They did.
I was surprised.
They're not back. I think they're back.
Oh, they're back. They're covering this week.
I still don't believe in them. I really don't.
You're taking the Eagles.
I don't want to
Taking
the
the
Eagles.
You don't. You definitely don't want to take the Eagles.
Tell me what the spread is.
3
Money?
weather
Weather?
50-50.
It's 50-50. Oh my god. So yeah, give me the Raiders.
You have the Raiders.
The Raiders. He's
I
upset.
also have
He's
the
upset.
Raiders.
He's upset that I'm taking all of his picks. He's upset about it.
Do you have the Raiders?
Because
I
it
do
never
have the
happens.
Raiders.
We talked about this. Me and Antonio never agree. Yeah, we always have the same record. We have the same record in pick 3.
One of us is going to
You
pull
gotta
away from
take the
other this
Eagles.
week.
You have to.
Everything in me is telling me to take the Raiders.
But
Everything.
the Eagles are your team.
That's the thing that's holding me back right now. All right, I'll take one for the team. I'll take the Eagles.
All right. Sal's on the Lonely Island this week.
Yeah, normally it's you.
Yeah.
At like 5 or 6 in a row, I think I've been on Lonely Island.
I think there's only
This is
there's
my.
only 12 or 13.
You guys
games.
are going to just absolutely obliterate me. This is probably going to my pick 3. Jared Goff revenge game. Detroit at LA Rams. Detroit is a plus 16.5 point underdog. Give me Detroit.
I'm leaning Detroit, but at the same time, it would be such a a lot of quarterbacks do get their
Matthew Stafford revenge, if we're being honest.
Well, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, no, this game is gonna be good. The storylines in this game are the best.
Because wouldn't it be such a Jared? Because a lot of quarterbacks are good at. A lot of them tend to get the revenge. Wouldn't it be such a Jared Goff thing to just
win?
suck
Oh.
in this game?
It would be, but at the same time,
But I like Jared Goff. I don't.
I
think
could
he
see him
sucks.
come out and win. And be
I'm
like,
leaning.
"Ha."
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm leaning Detroit.
But no.
I'm leaning Detroit. I'm gonna stick with Detroit.
I'm taking the Rams.
You're gonna absolutely laugh at this.
What?
You guys are feeling risky. Detroit money line.
Why?
I think they can win.
I don't think they win ever.
Oh,
Every game they've been in it. Every game.
I think this is like a 3-point game or a 4-point game.
I think the Rams are Super Bowl bound.
Oh, they are.
At the top,
This-
they're at the least NFC Championship bound.
This
So-
this is a pick 3 for me. Just putting that out there.
I think the Rams.
For the Rams, so.
I think this is more because it's in.
Are you both on the
Detroit.
Rams?
It's
No,
in
I'm on the
Detroit, no?
I'm on the Detroit Lions.
Is it in Detroit?
The Detroit Lions.
Is it in Detroit?
No.
It's in LA.
Yeah. I
The
love
Rams
that.
played every game at home. Like,
It feels that way.
right?
It really
Why
does.
has every game been at SoFi Stadium that they've played?
Honest to God, it has one.
I'm gonna take the Rams. They're at home. Matthew Stafford revenge. I'm gonna take that side of it.
All right. Buccaneers at home. I believe. Oh, no. I was off a mini bye because they didn't play Sunday. Minus 12.5 against the Chicago Bears. Over unders 47. It's just Buccaneers are going to beat up on them. I'm going to take the Buccaneers.
So you haven't done
This is
that
a weird
yet.
game.
You tend to not do that when like the Bucks are playing a bad team. Sal's always just like, yeah, give me the Bears.
Sometimes
Sal's
they,
like,
sometimes the Bucks play down a little bit.
Sometimes.
and they did that Thursday. That means they're not.
Yeah,
gonna
they're
do it
coming
on
off
Sunday.
a mini bye.
At home.
The Bears are so bad.
The Bears are
bad.
terrible.
The Bears are terrible.
You want to take the Bears, though.
They didn't cover against the Eagles though.
That's why I'm like, yeah, the Buccaneers.
Yeah, the Bucks are covered.
Yeah, I guess they're due to shit on a team. They haven't looked great in a few weeks, so.
I 100% know where Nolan's going with this. Arizona minus 17.5 at Houston. Pick 3 is Arizona.
Are they losing their first game here?
You're cheating. You've seen my thing.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
I
did.
just know you.
No, you didn't.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Give me Arizona.
Yeah, you love them. You love them big.
Give me Arizona.
Give me Arizona.
DeAndre Hopkins is catching 2 touchdowns.
Oh,
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins anytime touchdown is free this week. Free.
I mean, it's free any week.
It's free any week,
This
but it's the most free this week.
he's probably like minus 160.
$1 million.
Ooh, first touchdown.
Maybe.
That's a little horny.
JJ Watt first touchdown.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Right. No, he
Yeah.
loves
Right.
that. He loves that. Should we do that? That's gonna be the underdog sports bet of the week.
That's
It's
like
gonna be
500 to 1.
JJ Watt first touchdown score.
No way.
They're gonna put him in at that fullback, and they're gonna run that. What is it? The spider.
Yeah, Spider 2 Y banana. Oh wait, we can't say it. I'm kidding. It's all right.
We're getting canceled.
You say S2YB.
Wow, dude, the look on his face when you said that was amazing.
So he's going to do it.
Yep.
All right.
Nope, you convinced me. I thought it was gonna be DeAndre Hopkins, but you're right. It's gonna be
J.J.
JJ
Watt.
Watt. Yeah. Yeah.
Why ruin the vibe? I'm just gonna take Arizona.
Did you take Arizona?
Of course I did. The past like 3 or 4 games, one of you has just not heard my pick.
I think it's because you sneak it in the beginning, and I'm like thinking about what I'm gonna do.
Have we asked you every time?
No, I've asked him a couple
Yeah,
times.
the past 4 games, yes.
This game's like not a real game.
What, the Colts Niners?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
the
fake
Colts
one.
are winning, but
No, what
it's-
sucks is like this is gonna be a close game because it's a primetime game.
it is.
Colts. Hold on. Colts plus 4 over under 44.
It's a shame. I would love to see this matchup. Like Garoppolo and Wentz are just so like
The same thing.
yeah.
Yeah. They really are.
They're like both like big goofy guys.
Yeah, I believe
No.
so.
Oh, he is.
I believe so.
I mean,
Because
you
Trey
said that
Lance.
last week with Christian McCaffrey.
I did, but Trey Lance is questionable this week, and he hasn't practiced at all.
So does that
Well,
change it for you?
no one knew Christian McCaffrey was not gonna or get put on IR. He was spotted at practice working out on last Wednesday.
Okay, he still didn't play.
You go from working out to the IR in a day?
His pussy hurt.
I guess.
I just no. Yeah, if Garoppolo plays, this is like a battle. Of
I don't
the
know. Trey
backbone
Lance or Garoppolo. I'm taking the 49ers.
Colts are winning this one.
I don't agree.
I like San Fran at home, but I'm gonna take the Colts.
San Fran's
I
off a
think
bye too.
I think they cover that 4.
Jesus Christ!
The Packers and the Colts for Nolan this week. I hope they're if they're in your pick 3.
I took the Colts because you guys said I'd never pick the Colts. So this is an opportunity.
Oh
for me
my God! I might lock in the 49ers now. I
Okay,
swear
do
to
it.
God.
Do it.
Oh my God!
Put it in your pick 3.
I might have to. All right, last
I think
game.
they cover that 4.
Last game.
Teddy fucking check down.
Yep.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Saints at Seahawks. Still Geno plus 4.5 for the Seahawks. Over unders 42.5. I said this 2 weeks ago. It's hard to bet against Seattle in prime time. I'm gonna take Seattle and the plus 4.5. It's probably the wrong pick.
Because they're at home and they're plus 4.5.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Out of what we just saw against the Steelers, are the Steelers?
That's a
and Saints,
switch. I'm taking the Saints.
Are the Steelers and Saints any different?
That was a bad pick.
Let's go.
See how that
That
was
was a bad pick.
That was a terrible pick.
I'm gonna be on the Lonely Island. I'm gonna take Seattle.
No, that's a bad pick.
Oh yeah, the Saints
Them in
haven't.
prime time and them being an underdog. at
Saints
home.
haven't had
Yeah.
one of those weeks in a few weeks where they look ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's literally. I was thinking the same exact thing. Just, they're one of those.
They're off a bye too, right?
They're gonna score like 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and
Yeah, you're gonna be like,
Sean Payton's just gonna be drawing up
damn
play
it.
after play on the sideline. Like, well, let's go.
I think it's supposed to rain in Seattle
Of course it is.
Monday.
I'm shocked.
Seattle opened as 3-point favorites. What is going on this week?
Dude, these games are ridiculous.
I'm taking the Saints.
Wow. Steph has 25 points on 9 of 9 field goal shooting in the first quarter.
He's winning MVP.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the best player
I'm
ever.
glad you brought that up because I thought about that too. After he just had his first triple double since 2016, he didn't even have that good of a game.
No, he had a terrible shooting night.
This is disgusting, but I saw this 500 to 1 Anthony Edwards to win MVP.
500 to 1.
500 to 1.
Put a buck on it.
What's
Put
Steph
$2
at
on
right
it.
now? Steph's probably high or lower.
Like 5 to 1 or 6 to 1.
Before the season, what do you think it would be at?
Put
5 or
$5
6 to 1.
on it. You know?
2,500
I'll put 100 on it for that long.
on Anthony Edwards.
No, on Steph.
I don't know. I like that little value play.
It's a good value.
It's not. It's never hitting, but like it's just fun to be like, oh, Anthony Edwards. Anyway, pick 3.
Pick 3.
I'll go over our records really quick. Last week, Nolan went 7-7. I went 9-5. Antonio went 8-6. All went 1-2 and picked 3.
What did I do? I went 9. What did I do?
7-7.
I went 500.
You went exactly 500 last week.
I'm good with that.
You do have a lot of those weeks. Year to date, you're 42-50 and 2 pushes. I'm 49-43 and 2 pushes. Antonio's 43-49 and 2 pushes. You're both 9-8-1. I am 9-9. We are really,
We're middle of the pack.
yeah, we're really not doing great on our pick 3.
Not last week, no.
Just overall, we're 500. We'd have to do
Yeah,
better
these
than
are our
that.
guaranteed picks of the week.
Hey,
we
it's
should
a
have better
long,
records.
long season.
It is a long
We're
season.
not even halfway through.
I am guessing I'm going first because you slowed it to pick.
Antonio's going first.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the Colts are going to be in there.
Interesting.
I really,
Interesting.
I enjoy the Colts this week.
I'm interested to see because we're probably going to have a lot of the same. Because there's only 12 games to pick from.
I like the Raiders.
The Raiders?
I do like the Raiders.
Okay. What's the last one? Tell me. Give it to me. What? Is it going to be the
Lions?
Patriots? It's going to be the Patriots.
Is it really the Patriots?
the Patriots.
Fuck. All right, well, that's good for me because I picked the Jets to cover, so. But the Patriots are going to lose now.
They beat this team's ass.
Bro, if the Patriots lose, can you please just admit that it's you? If the Patriots
This is
lose,
going to be the ultimate.
this is
Oh,
the
to the
test.
Jets, I will. If they lose to the Jets this week, I'll admit.
Okay.
Okay.
The Jets
At
are
least
that.
you have that.
The
Because
Jets-
if they do, it's totally you.
The Jets are that pathetic and like embarrassment to just America in general.
They should
that-
not beat the Patriots, and if you are on them on page 3, they lose somehow. If they lose this weekend, you're a wizard.
No, the Jets are the worst team ever. Always.
yeah, if
until
the
the
Patriots
day
lose
I
this
die.
weekend, I'm going to rub your head.
I have absolutely no idea what
Well,
I'm doing.
I'm going to go, so you think about it.
All right.
First up, give me Miami plus 2.5. I love this.
Give it to them.
I love this. I just like the way Miami plays at home against bad team. Like, this is just two bad teams, so I'll take the home. And if the home is an underdog, I like that even more. Next up, I'm gonna get a little revenge on Antonio. Giants plus 3. I think the Giants win this game. I do. And I like this.
They probably do.
I like this.
They got
I
to
like
win
this
another one at some
matchup.
point.
And lastly, since South saw it, Arizona minus 17.5. This just Houston's bad, and I'm done picking Houston. Arizona is a wagon. They continue that trend this week. Does Arizona go undefeated?
No. No, they don't.
They don't.
They
No, they
don't.
Dude.
They still play the Rams
I'm
again.
gonna say they do have another game against.
They definitely
the
play
Rams.
Seattle again, and probably with Russell. I mean,
In that division, if they were to go 17-0, then
Greatest team ever. Greatest team ever.
I would maybe agree. Honestly,
in this conference,
there's
in
just
that
no
division,
way they don't go 17-0.
they're not. No one.
It's not. It's a
Okay.
nice.
Hey, I'm rooting for
Okay,
it.
16,
I'll give you
16 and
that.
1. 16 and
I'm
1.
I'm rooting for it. Even that would be incredible. Incredible. In the NFC and in that division, dude, they play the Packers, they play the Niners. They get the Panthers,
haven't
the Rams, the
budged.
Colts. They play the Cowboys later in the season.
They love scoring 37 points.
They do.
It's their favorite thing.
They
Sal.
got it's a tough schedule. They do have a really tough schedule.
Yeah, and the fact that they've been able to go 6-0 with the schedule that they've played so far,
Let's see.
it's incredible.
Then let's see it, okay?
They kill Seattle when they play again. And
Oh,
the
they
Rams
will.
be a close
Seattle's
game.
not good.
The Rams will be a close game, and the first game they played was
Yeah, but
in
then
LA,
when they
you know?
when they play the Cardinals, it's like, what are they
So
supposed
LA
to
is
do?
gonna have to go to Arizona and play. I think that's a bad spot for LA. What'd you say?
What about when they play the Cardinals?
Who?
You know,
What?
there's another team in that division.
The 49ers.
Oh.
You think the 49ers could beat the Cardinals?
Why not?
Why not?
I don't like you guys. All right, go ahead, Sal.
I have no clue. Detroit plus 16.5.
Yeah, that's obviously going in there.
I'm going. I'm
Patriots.
just going with that.
The Patriots.
I really came
Come
close to
on.
taking Atlanta.
the Patriots.
I'm not taking the Patriots, Antonio.
Why not?
I can't do it. Not with
He's
you.
1-1 on. You're 1-1 on it.
Oh, dude, this
But
is just
Antonio's owing a million. on
owing
it.
a
Help me out.
literally owing $1 million. This,
I don't think they've ever covered when you've picked them. I don't think so. Going back 2 years of this podcast, I really don't.
I think.
I
there's-
pick them every week.
I think. Well, no.
No, I mean, like,
on
in your
page
pick
3.
three.
I think you were 0-4 last year, and you're 0-2 this year.
Yep.
Anyways, I'm going to take the Saints minus 4.5. I don't know.
I almost did.
Just I guess.
No, it's good.
Sure.
All right.
It's good pick.
And last one.
And the last one, I'm going to take Atlanta minus 2.5.
So
Because
you're going against me.
I'm just why not?
All right.
Someone has to win.
Did I take the Packers or the Saints on my pick 3?
You didn't take either one.
You took the Colts.
I took the Colts. I took the Patriots and either Packers or Saints, right?
Did you take the Chiefs? We're bad.
Well, yeah, I don't remember. It was probably your first one. That's why I don't remember.
No, you took the Raiders.
Yeah,
I
you
did take the Raiders.
Okay,
Yeah,
there we
that's
go.
right. All right,
Thank God.
Yes, that is
Let's
back
go.
on track.
Let's go. Get the train back on the rails. Let's get her going.
Yeah.
All right.
My picks are bad, so that means I'm going 3-0.
Dude, this week the matchups are so bad.
Dude.
I hate
We
the
said
board.
that last week too, and the games were not good. Only the primetime games were,
What a shame.
and I guess the 4 o'clock game with the Patriots. But all right,
That was a really good game. I didn't like the way it ended. But
ladies
it
and gentlemen.
happens.
Oh, by the way, any lock of any time you bet, if a line goes before the game in an NHL game, if the over under goes from 6 to 6.5, put your house on the over. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, we're good.
Thank you.
Later.
I didn't know that.